Hi, my name is Frank. I'm a graduate student at the New School for Social Research in New York City in the Department of Social Psychology. Tonight is a great night after all the research and the readings that I've been doing. I will be putting together a discussion on hip hop and Kanye West at large. I think this is going to be a very intriguing conversation. We're going to be able to critically analyze, debate, discuss, and even criticize the body of work that Kanye employs and how much of a profound impact Kanye has had within popular culture and throughout hip hop. Um, it's been quite a journey. I mean, I've grown a passion for hip hop. I've had a passion for hip hop, but Kanye has been such a profound impact throughout hip hop, and it's a good way for us to come together and have these different dialogue and perspectives and opinions on Kanye West and how much of a creative genius that he is, and even criticize his work. I think is good for the academic from an academic perspective, and I just want to share that here at the New School. So I'm very optimistic that tonight is going to be an intriguing conversation. Throughout this process, I've been able to do a lot of readings. One in which from this book edited by Julius Bailey called "The Cultural Impact of Kanye West," and this book was referred to me by one of my dear friends and mentors and instructors from my alma mater, Dillard University, Michael Wilson, who's a scholar and a very intelligent man who's in this PhD program at Michigan State University. And he gave me the idea to go get this book, and I've got the book and I've read it, and it's been a powerful book for me, and it opened up a lot of ideas and opened up my mind to a variety of different ways of thinking and critically analyzing the body of work of Kanye West and who he is and what he represents throughout the hip hop culture. So tonight, I'm just gonna put this on the table, and it's gonna be an interesting conversation, and we're gonna pretty much decode the first three albums of Kanye West with, in this book, The Cultural Impact of Kanye West, a professor by the name of Dr. Heidi Lewis referred to Kanye's first three albums as the Education Trilogy, which I thought was very profound in her essay. And we're going to be decoding his 2004 College Dropout song, Through the Wire, his 2005 Late Registration, Touch the Sky featuring Lupe Fiasco, and also look at his graduation album, 2007, Can't Tell Me Nothing. And we're going to listen to these songs and become more knowledgeable listeners of those three songs and decode the messages behind those songs that Kanye leaves for the world to listen to and understand where he's coming from a critical analytical perspective. And I think it's going to be a good way for us to understand the meaning of the meaning and messages that Kanye employs in his music, and just understand the layers that come with it, and even criticize it and also applaud it, because Kanye is such a profound artist and well-rounded and just an innovator and a visionary. And this would be a good way for us to talk about these things and not only just critically analyze it, but also look at it from an academic perspective, because he touches a lot of issues referring to education. So I'm looking forward to this tonight, and I will keep you guys posted moving forward. And I humbly and graciously say thank you. One love. He's just being honest. He never listened to him, and I think that him walking on stage and then coming down, he was just doing that jokingly, you know, because of what he did before with Taylor Swift. So it was like in a joking way, but a lot of people like didn't look at it that way, and I think those people are just being uptight, and they just need to just like let it go. He's having fun, and he's not really going up there trying to interrupt the man's acceptance speech, you know. But
And we can critically analyze the race relations there too. I mean, the fact that he interrupted this white woman harkens back to a long history of white women, black men, and you know the problematics that go back for 100 years.
Right.
I think that we should, maybe not right now, but we need to.
No, why not? We should bring that up. I mean, it's good. It's a good point. I would say that at that time, what he did to Taylor Swift, given the fact that he was a black man and just the stereotype of black men and how masculine they are, going up and taking a mic from an 18-year-old girl who's in the spotlight.
Soft white female sensibilities.
Right. Automatically she was victimized already from this black man who so happens to be Kanye West. And I think people took that out of proportion in the sense that a lot of people felt that she shouldn't have won the award. They felt like Beyonce should have won the, was it what, video of the year or
video
album
of the year?
of the year?
No, the video of the year.
Video
the
of the
VMAs,
year,
yeah.
and I think he pretty much, when he said what he video, broke so many boundaries and had so much message behind that video that it should have won. So I get his point, but the way he went about it, he shouldn't have done it. But it touches a lot on this race relations of
and
white
the way that
males.
was framed in the media
Yeah.
as
Right.
again this black aggressor coming up on this white scared young girl.
Mhm.
You know, I think that it harkens to a history of,
Yeah.
Right, it doesn't exist in a vacuum.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Related, but unrelated. Did anyone swear to interrupting back because for him, he really believed, it wasn't that he didn't think that Taylor didn't deserve it, he believed that Beyonce deserved it more. And he went up there and accepted his award and gave it to someone right there from that podium once, you know, and he was saying, I don't keep my awards. And I think that really changed my perspective of Kanye being this aggressor and rather Kanye being this person who really really appreciates artists and wants the best one to get acknowledged.
Grow while they help him grow at the same time. I feel like we all should be able to, we all use each other. We all should be able to use one another but not misuse each other. And I think that's what Kanye West does when he works with a lot of different people, and that's where the creativity comes into play. A question, oh, go ahead.
So, I'm really torn about Kanye West.
That's fine. Let's talk about it. Why are you torn?
So, Kanye West, when I'm listening to him, is great. Kanye West, when I'm watching him, is when I get torn. Because he has so many great things to say, but his execution always kind of like, come on, man, like, why can't you do this a different way? Because you know how the media works. Like, he knows how it works. He knows that once he goes up there, he's gonna become this big thing. He knows that there's a certain way to get things out there for people to actually listen, and he doesn't do it. And that's where I'm kind of torn, whereas, well, okay, if you want to really make a difference, then why are you doing things in a way that seems like a temper tantrum?
Interesting point. Anybody want to say something to that?
I actually disagree. Like it was stated earlier, he doesn't care what anyone else thinks. So frankly, I think he's just doing him. And at the end of the day, people are still going to listen to his music. They're still gonna wait outside for his Yeezys to drop. Like, he knows that he has that fan base. So why worry what the media, like, you know, the big media, why worry what they think?
I think you would worry about why they think because you want to change it. And he's saying, I want to change the media. I want people to change I want the media to change how they think about race and how they depict people, how they depict hip-hop culture. So feeding into those stereotypes and causing a temper tantrum rather than kind of taking the high road would downgrade that message.
Specifically, I'm talking about, remember that interview he had with his fashion line and the big deal with that? And so I watched that interview, and
You just explain in case everyone's not.
was it right?
Well, that one.
No, it was
You don't have all the answers.
which is true. He does not have one. But no, it was a British reporter, and he was in his studio, and it was talking about his clothing line. I don't remember.
It was a BBC one.
Where so he was basically saying a lot of things about the fashion industry that made sense to me.
Like the idea that because he's Kanye West, that they won't give him the opportunity to be seen as a true fashion designer.
Yes. But the way he said it just came off as Kanye West wanting to do something because he's Kanye West, and not Kanye West wanting to do something because he wants to change the landscape of hip hop and fashion at the same time.
That hasn't been completely honest. But then, you know, they like all of a sudden in the media such and such a giant rape scandal, you know, music scandal, stealing music, blah blah blah. Nobody's able to do that with Kanye West because, you know, he presents himself as a whole all the time, if not most of the time. You know, there are never really any secrets to come out about him because he shows us his complete self. So like, you know, like with Kanye, I feel like I want to ask people like, do you want to watch a doll, like something that's perfect, or do you want to watch something grow? Like just like this gentleman said, like Kanye West is growing. We're watching his music grow, we're watching his artistry grow, along with his mistakes and like the dumb shit he does, as well as the amazing shit that he does. You know, so like, what do you expect out of artists?
Right, sometimes I'm like, is Kanye a like extension of someone like Malcolm X, or is he a betrayal of Malcolm X? And one way to compare it as well, if you think about Malcolm X politically, he said all kinds of stuff. And, you know, I mean, we could have sat in our chairs at that time and said, oh, look, he's wrong about that, he's wrong about this, but he grew in a public life. You could say like Malcolm X, I don't know if this is accurate, but maybe he was one of the first public political figures of his time to also experience that kind of change. And so Kanye, it's like, yeah, he's growing and changing all the time, and then people think that, just imagine being under that limelight, and then you're trying to navigate, you know, I feel like, maybe to disagree with what's being said, I feel like Kanye's taken a step backward by becoming friends with Taylor Swift. And I think I'd be curious to see what the syllabus y'all are working out, what's the relationship of the social struggles that have happened and to an artist like Kanye, because I feel like artists thrive on a collaborative relationship with, because clearly Kanye is thinking about the social issues in society, and artists thrive when there's that dynamic. And so from the 60s, you're gonna go a whole range of artists, Black, Latino, Chicano, that kind of have that dynamic. But I'm like, I don't know enough to be like, does Kanye have that relationship? Would the Black Lives Matter movement have that relationship? I can't exactly.
He actually addressed that a little bit in something that I just read. He was talking about why he, because I guess he was asked why hasn't he stepped up, because I think that was kind of the dialogue that the Black Lives Matter, that a lot of, especially the hip hop artists, needed to step up, stake your claim, all of this stuff. And he said that he never publicly said anything because his dad asked him not to, but with the new album, it will be extremely pervasive throughout all of his songs about his actual opinion, because he said something about his dad emailed him saying that he doesn't need to make an opinion about everything and not to say something in particular about police brutality.
Do you think it's genuine on Kanye's part?
I don't know.
Or do you think it's riding away?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really buy it, but I haven't heard the album, so I want to wait until after I see what, you know, because I'm a lyric person, so I want to hear what he's saying and how.
He was saying that you know, he wants to do things like Disney, like Imagineering, and that's the type of stuff. He said that he wants to get so big that he can start paying out hip-hop reparations to artists who deserve so much more.
He'll pay everybody.
Yeah,
everybody.
So I was just like, Kanye is a grown man now. Like, Kanye is grown, and he had to transcend everything else that he did, and he's an artist, he's growing, so I feel like I respect him so much because he's on a whole nother tip right now. He's on some different shit. He can't talk about what he used to talk about. And the difference between him and artists, like, I like to listen to Wale sometimes, but it's like, he corny as hell. Like, like Kanye is not corny. Like, anything Kanye puts his name on, I'm going to go and research it. I'm going to go and look, like, what was that Kanye said in that interview that I didn't know before, and I want to know it now. It's other artists, like, even Common, like, I appreciate Common. I used to love this, one of my favorite songs. But it's like, I think just don't have it. Like, he's just not, to me, he's not somebody that I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm not about to be like, what was he wearing at the Grammys? Like, nobody, who cares? Like,
Go ahead.
Let up the suicide doors. This is my life, homie. You decide yours. I know that Jesus died for us, but I couldn't tell you who the side was. So I parallel double park that motherfucker sideways. Old folks talking about back in my day, but homie, this is my day. Class